Okay, we're going to go in and figure out how to build a quiz in Moodle that has random questions assigned. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to find the course I would like to do it in. So here's a whole list of courses. You may not see all of these. I have administrator access, so I see all the courses at the moment. I'm going to go into the test course. And in this test course, we've already imported tons of information, but I built a section called testing section. In fact, I have a testing quiz. Now, I have editing turned on. So if you don't have it on, you have to make sure you've turned editing on. I can turn it off right now, but I need it on to do this. So I'm also going to delete this little quiz here. And there you go. That's how you delete one. No charge, extra bit for that part, but let's add a quiz. So here's this plus button, add an activity or resource. We're going to select that and the window appears, and about halfway down, there's an option for a quiz. And we're going to select quiz, and we'll scroll to the bottom here. We'll hit add. Now there's going to be a whole bunch of options. Really, the only thing we need is a name. We'll call it testing quiz. There's a whole plethora of things you can do. We're going to keep it very simple. We just have a name to the quiz. Okay. So I have my testing quiz. I'm actually going to select it now, so I'm not going to deal with the editing part. I'm actually going to select the quiz itself. I can go to edit quiz, but what I want to do is I want to show you building a question bank. So in the top right corner, the gear icon of this quiz, I'm going to select that. And I scroll down the window just a little, and there's question bank. I'm actually going to go to the questions themselves. You'll get this new window, and you'll notice select the category. So in this category, I actually already have 6 questions. There's multiple categories we can put stuff. I'm going to leave it in this category for now because I've already created 6 in here. In fact, I'm going to create a new one. We're going to make it an essay question. There's a plethora of different questions you can build. Essay is very straightforward. It's just an open space where they can upload or type in anything they want for the question. So we need a question name. I'm going to call it question 7. And the question would ask, this is question 7, which is not a question. There's the default mark, and a bunch of other things you can do. Not important, just got to make sure you get the required field. I'm going to save changes, and I've built another question. You'll see, here we go. Now there's 7 of them. So I've built questions in my question bank. That's how you build another essay question. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the test itself. So the section we're under is testing section. I'm going to go to testing quiz. That was the quiz that we're doing. And remember this page, we went into the gear icon before. Now what we're going to do is actually edit the quiz. So the button at the top here, or in the center, on top of the second button, we're going to click is edit quiz. Towards the right side, it's a little hard to see, it says add with a drop-down arrow. We're going to select that. I can add 3 different types of questions. A new question, where I have to create a whole new one, just like I did with that question 7 before. I can pull some from a question bank, or I can select random questions. That is what we want to do for this, okay? So we're going to select random questions. And where are we pulling these questions from? Where's our bank? Well, there's our bank of 7, right? And you'll notice they have them all here, 1 to 5. Page 2 is 6 and 7, so we have 7 questions. We can add tags and anything like that, but really what we want to do is how many random questions do we want? Well, we have a bank of 7. I just want 3 for now, just to prove that this will randomize, okay? So I'm going to add the random questions. I'll select this blue button here, and you'll see, here we go. It now has 3 random questions. This dice is representing that it's going to pull from a bank randomly, and it'll pull 3 of them. We can also shuffle the order. Now, when you randomize questions, that doesn't matter, but if you have some questions mixed in that aren't randomized, shuffling all of your questions is not a bad idea either, okay? Let's save all of our changes. Boop, boop, boop. I guess that went. And now what we're going to do, same thing before, go to the breadcrumbs here, and here's our quiz we're in, testing quiz. I'm going to select it again, takes me back to it, and now there's only one button. It says attempt quiz now. Let's try it. So attempt quiz now is going to prove it. Question 4. So the first question we got was question 4. Let's check out the next one. Next question, question 1, and question after that is question 2. So we went 4, 1, 2. Finish my attempt. Clearly didn't do well. Literally submitted nothing. Okay, shows you everything you submitted. Gonna go back to that test. I can now reattempt. I got 0 out of 10. Reattempt. Question 3 instead of question 4. Question 6 instead of question 1. Question 7 instead of question 2. So you'll see that it's randomizing. You have 3 set questions, but it's pulling from that bank of 7. We finished our attempt. There we go. Didn't do well on either of them, but this is essentially a quiz that pulls from a bank and randomizes which questions it's going to pull.